You bring a baby into this world and it's all on you. Fathers matter. I mean, I'm not saying they don't, but mothers, and we create life. She missed out.
All right, guys. So normally we be talking about like Kanan and maybe Marvin, maybe Lulu, Raquel, the rest of the cast and stuff, right? Kind of wanted to talk about Jukebox in the sense of how things is going with her character, because it's quite interesting on what's going to probably like develop within her character, within her story. Now, before I get to any of that, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and y'all already know the deal. Y'all already know the deal. But back to the story at hand. So, what is going to be Jukebox's first kill? That's the one thing I'm quite interested about. It's going to be like, what is going to be her first kill? Now, obviously, we're looking at Marvin. We all looking strongly at Marvin because after what he did and stuff, we all looking at Marvin. But now we have Jukebox's mom is kind of like being brought in. So I'm like wondering, okay, what's going on with her mom? Because there still has to be some sort of confirmation on what actually happened. I still believe Marvin has something to do with her departure as to why she couldn't be in Jukebox's life. Because remember when Raquel gave off like her side of the answer to as to why Jukebox's mom basically left and stuff, because she felt that maybe it was the job, it was the pressure of it all. But if I'm thinking, if it wasn't Marvin, then again it probably was Raquel. Maybe she has something to do with it, but then we don't know. But it probably, well, okay, maybe if I was to speculate, right, head canon, if I was to speculate, maybe maybe there was some sort of like deal, right? Because Raquel was into something, and then maybe Marvin too was into. Because I mean, the story was explaining about Marvin was on drugs and stuff, and he had to, I guess, go into rehab or something, because when they had that whole talk in the church and stuff where she was just like, yeah, she wanted Marvin to do things and stuff, but then I think he got hooked up on drugs or something, and then she relied on Lulu because Lulu was straight, he wasn't on drugs or anything, and then she relied on him more. So I'm thinking like maybe, oh, and on top of that, I guess when Jukebox's mom is lesbian or was dibble into that gay stuff, and which triggered Marvin so much and stuff, because he was like, I don't tolerate this, we don't tolerate this in this house. So again, there's gonna be like quite a few interesting things on what's gonna happen with like Jukebox's mom and Jukebox herself, because I'm thinking about like multiple things between like Jukebox, Marvin, her mom, and then Zizi, right? Or Zizel. Oh, I forgot her damn name. I think it's Ziza. Yeah, Ziza. Because seeing how like Ziza's coming up, right? And then you had both Lulu and Crown telling Jukebox about the music, like, you might have to change, you might have to do something. And she's like, it's me, I have to accept that. And Ziza, and how Lulu giving her the fuck me eyes and shit. So it's like, will any of this like actually get to Jukebox? Because her girl died, so it's like she's still reeling about that. She still thinks about that. I mean, you see she's expressing some things in her music where she doesn't know what she wants to do, she don't know where she's going and stuff. So it's like, what do you think can actually happen? Like, do you think that Jukebox's first kill, before it's Marvin, do you think that she might kill Ziza, right? Because again, because of how she's feeling, or maybe she feels that everyone is choosing everybody else, maybe except her and stuff, because the only people that's really talking to Jukebox like that is Kanan is the only one that's like talking to her like that. And like, I guess you can kind of say like they understand each other in a sense, because Kanan, Kanan's initial plan was to protect Raquel, but he fucked that up, right? And then Jukebox's case, Jukebox in season 1, like, she was alright with Marvin, like there wasn't anything bad. It was just until when Marvin destroyed the tape and they had that fight and stuff, and she was like, from her eyes, like Marvin was dead to her and stuff. So it's like, despite everything that's happening, and then Ziza coming involved and stuff, like it could potentially lead to maybe Jukebox maybe killing Ziza, right? I don't think she's gonna kill Marvin like quickly. I don't think that's gonna happen like this season. I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think that might probably like come later because I want all you guys to think about it like this because going from like the original Power and when Jukebox held Tariq hostage and stuff, and Ghost was looking at Jukebox because hearing that Jukebox is crazy. Like when you heard the name, like yo, she did some crazy shit, and it's like when will we actually see this? When will we actually see the Jukebox that is gonna be crazy and did all these things and stuff? So it's like when will that actually happen? That's what I'm wondering. Like when will that actually happen? Because we know that Kanan is slowly going to be start asking Raquel these questions. He's slowly going to be start thinking about these things, right? And eventually his mind is going to turn. Jukebox mind seems like it's already set that I guess maybe Marvin is dead to her. Like Marvin is going to try to like reconcile with her, but in Jukebox's mind, Marvin is already dead to her. So I'm wondering like when is it gonna happen and who's gonna be the first one to take the bullet and stuff. Now I was thinking maybe Shannon too, but I don't think so. Shannon seems like Jukebox's escape in a sense because obviously Shannon is gonna be explaining more to her, about being a cop and certain things and stuff, and there is gonna eventually lead to in the future of Jukebox actually becoming a cop and I guess changing her name and becoming like this different person and stuff because to get away from the family. Not just Marvin. Gotta keep in mind here, it's not just Marvin, but also Raquel, right? So it has to make sense for Jukebox to be even pissed off where she don't want nothing to do with Marvin, Raquel, and potentially Lulu, right? Potentially Lulu. So, but then before she even gets to her becoming a cop, what she was doing in the streets, right? Who was she killing in the streets and stuff? Because we know Kanan eventually is going to become the man that we know him to be. But what was Jukebox doing, right? What was they both doing around that time? But it's mainly what Jukebox is doing and stuff. Because it's like people talk about Kanan, about how, Kanan's going to do these things and stuff. And eventually how he's going to become this killer. And it's going to start off young when what he's doing. But you got to keep in mind here. I think what is the story? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, what is the story? Is it still 91 or is it 92 right now? I'm like, let me know, because I kind of forgot. I don't know if it's 91 or 92 because you gotta keep in mind here. From what we saw in towards the ending of Power, 96 is when Ghost and Tommy is still they in high school, so it's like. The years isn't that far off. They're not that far off from 96. So it's like, when will we actually see Jukebox, become this like killer and stuff? And when we see Kanan become like, a killer and stuff. So I'm thinking it's not that far. It's not that far from 96. So I'm like, okay, so if it's true that it's not that far from 96, that means that around this time, later on, like maybe 93, 94, maybe 95, it's when Kanan and Bree start doing things together, right? Jukebox probably maybe around those times already killed Marvin, officially gave up the music scene because as we seen from in the original Power when Jukebox was talking to Tariq and she was saying that she used to sing and she had this great voice and stuff, which we seen her to have and stuff. So it's like when she's gonna actually give up the whole singing career and go full throttle on trying to become a cop, right? Which Shannon most likely is gonna be putting in Jukebox's head and stuff. So I'm wondering who's gonna be the first kill. So I'm thinking if it's not Marvin first, then it could be maybe Ziza. It could be Ziza, right? She could probably be the first kill. Maybe not because of she was just so, maybe because she probably was angry because Lulu did some fuck shit and either took her music or did something and just pissed her off and was just like she has to go, right? Then it could be her mom, right? Maybe she kills her mom because maybe she feels that you abandoned me. I could have technically got away from all this, as when she was explaining to Kanan that the game, the streets, this life, then the neighborhood is it's not what she wanted, but instead she could have been with her mom, right? And then maybe she could, like I said, Jukebox could be having all these regrets. Like maybe if she would have been in the city with her mom, she wouldn't have necessarily had to be in Queens, had the drugs, and then her girl could have been alive, this and that and stuff. So it's like there could be some regret there, and then who knows? And what if her mom says some crazy shit like, the reason why I left because I didn't want you, I didn't care for you. Why you here, right? drive a girl over the edge and just murk her own mom, right? It could happen. And then lastly, which is going to most likely be the most obvious choice, is going to be Marvin. Because after what happened with everything between the two, Marvin is going to be the most logical person that she's going to kill and stuff. So, let me know in the comment section below on who you think is going to be Jukebox's first kill. Besides Marvin, like I want throw out like something even wild. Even say if Raquel, Kanan, or whoever else don't kill Unique, hey, what if Jukebox do it? Like I said, we throwing out these wild cards here because the one thing about Power, I will always say, it's you can't really predict you can't really predict some of the things that's in Power. I tried. I was just like, yeah, this shit. Yeah, I know. Next thing you know, boom, some shit happened. I'm like, huh? Like, I like shows like this because it catches me off guard, where I can't be calling certain things down the middle. I know some people can still do that, but me, it's just like, I'm watching and I may be like, nah, I know. Next thing you know, I see this shit. Oh my God. Jukebox did what? She killed Raquel? I thought that was Kanan's job. Like, hey, maybe. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. But, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I'll catch you all in the next one.